Hi YouTube, this is Super Person, and I'm back again. Look, it hasn't been like 2 years. I'm back basically right after making the other video, right? Like a week. That's not bad. Um, I'm back to continue making videos. I did get a couple of suggestions. That's awesome. Also, I'd like to thank all of you guys for commenting on my videos. Thank you so much for your your happy wishes about me being married and everything, and your congratulations. I really appreciate that. Um, if you ever want to see it, I'll try and get photos of our wedding, because we kind of snuck in the other kin and Therian things here and there. Like the cake had some dragon and tiger stuff. The whole wedding was subtly having that sort of stuff. But anyway, if you want to see that, I'll try and find a way to like add photos and you'll be able to see it. But anyway, let me stay on topic. I had a commenter ask a question, and I had two commenters ask a couple questions, but I'll start with the first one. They asked me, because they're a fellow Dragonkin, which is awesome. Hi, welcome, other Dragonkin. It's cool to see another one. How I handle being a Dragonkin while in a human body, and how I handle being in a human society. Those are really good questions, especially as this person said, they're almost permanently like shifted, like mind shifted, mental shifted. They're always feeling very akin to their dragon side. For you, my friend, I say, you got it rough. That would be hard. Being permanently in that mindset. I'm fortunate that my dragon spirit kind of comes and goes in waves. It's always there to an extent, but the extent that it's there changes day by day. Some days it is unbearable, and other days it is not as noticeable. I have to really think about it to notice it. So I would say you definitely have it a lot harder than me in the sense of fitting in with society and dealing with human society because of the fact that you're almost always up the high end. But I will say yes, when I'm very like much feeling my dragon side and I am feeling phantom horns, which are very common. That's one of my most common ones I've said before, and it still is. If like I'm getting really shifty, as I call it, which means it's time for me to do a mental shift. It's been like a week or more. I'm getting more and more dragony, I guess the way to say it. When it's been a while since I've shifted and I get that higher level of dragon activity and I'm losing touch of my human reality, it gets very difficult to do human things. So I do always get horns. Always. I mean, I have horns now and I just shifted. I legitimately just shifted. I just finished it and done that. Doesn't matter. I still have a slightness of horns, even if I've already like done what I needed to do. But fitting in is very difficult for me. One of the weirdest things for me when I get really dragony is my pinkies. And it's because as a dragon, I don't have this appendage. I have these fingers, though positioned differently, obviously, but this is what I have. I only have 4 fingers on each hand and 4 fingers on my back feet as well. So when I get really into dragon stuff, these things on my fingers don't make any sense to me. As a human, I rationalize, of course. I'm a human. I have 5 digits because of evolution, because of whatever. But when you're asking your mind and your spirit to sort of, it's so hard. I understand. I totally get. So what happens is most of the time when I pick up things or I hold things in a way that my pinky's not being used. I know a lot of people do this. This is, like, I'm fancy. I'm drinking my pinky up. But I hold things. I'll hold scissors. I'll open things, I'll hold bags. I tend to never use my pinky when I'm feeling more and more dragony. During the beginning, when I'm not feeling it as much, it's not as bad. I can kind of use the digit still, though it feels weird. I can still do it. But the more and more I feel dragony, the more it becomes odd to do this, and you'll notice if you're around me physically how this becomes less used, the more I become more in tune with the dragon side. Other things. One thing that's very difficult for me is I'm a preschool teacher. I teach pre-K. I've been a preschool teacher for like 5 years. I love my career. I absolutely do. It's super rewarding. But one thing that's been very challenging as a Dragonkin working with young children at 4 is that children like to get really close to you, right? They like to invade your space. They like to touch your head, touch your hair. They like, kids don't have that boundary. So, as a dragonkin, the dragon part of me hates, and still does, has gotten better about it, hates having anyone in their face, especially if I'm having a phantom face, if I'm having phantom horns. If they start touching my hair and stuff and I have a horn, it feels like they're touching my horns. And it's very challenging for me to distance myself from the dragon feelings going on and be focused on the human reality of what I'm in right now. I have to tell myself, I'm a human right now. I'm with children right now. I cannot and will not allow myself to growl, snarl, or anything to these kids. It is very hard not to at times. And that's one of the most challenging things for me is the kids. And it's just because if I have a phantom tail and they're crawling all around me, they're constantly stepping on it. And even though I know it's not there, it still bothers you. It's like, God, you're stepping on it. I feel you stepping on it. I know you're doing it. When I first started working with kids, it was much more difficult. As I've been doing it for a long time now, 5, 6 years, it's gotten much easier for me to absorb the feelings of wanting to bite them or growl at them or snap at them or push them away. It's gotten much easier to separate that and go, no, I'm not going to do that. And to focus on the human reality I'm in now. That's the biggest thing, is just, it's painful as it is, to sort of just be mindful, I guess the word I'm looking for. Be mindful of the human body and try not be mindful of the dragon body. Because that, in certain situations, is not appropriate. So obviously, like I said, at my work, it's not appropriate for me to make faces or noises or anything. And I don't. I've done very well at not doing it. I would never hurt a child. I would never bite a child. And the thing that stops that is me being mindful of my human form, my human body, and go, when I start feeling the dragon part of me getting really frustrated with the fact that they're in my face, I go, one, I can ask the children to step back a moment and just give me a little space, because not everyone likes people and they're right in their direct in their personal space. So if I feel like I'm getting overwhelmed anyway, I'll just say, hey guys, give me a space, hey friends, give me a little bit of space. I need breathing room. And kids understand that. So I had the, good relationship with my students that I can just be like, I need space in general. Just give me, a bit of space. But otherwise, it just comes down to being mindful of your human form and not letting your dragon sensations take over your human ones. I know it's really hard when they start blending together. Mine most of the time are dragon, human, mostly human with dragon going on. But like I said, when it's been a while since I've shifted, the dragon form starts blending over to the human form and it gets harder to tell which is which. But that's the most frustrating thing, I would say. At least the hardest part of being a human in a human society is that I know I can't, I have to accept that these kids are going to get in my face, and that a person, another adult may step on my tail walking down the hallway, and that's just part of life. Let me see, what else could I say? Other things. Yeah, but once again, best advice, just be mindful of your human form. Even if you're always, permanently shifted in some regard, like when those people that are permanently dragony. And I am too, to a degree, obviously. You just try your best to be mindful of the human body and try and distance yourself from the dragon mindset in the moments that you feel like you need to. I definitely don't think it's healthy to be like, take the dragon mindset and throw it away, because that's not possible and not nice. It's still a part of who you are, and it's an important part. But you need to always, kind of go, human body, human world. I need to accept that. I need to dragon at dragon appropriate time. What else? I think I've already said before, one of the hardest things being a dragonkin to me in a human body is the fact it can't fly. And it bothers me forever and always. It will always bother me. It never won't. Currently in our new apartment, we live on the 4th floor. We have a really nice balcony right over there where the light's coming from. And It's got a beautiful view, and oh god, it hurts, you know. Just I love the view, but it immediately makes horns shoot up, and it's just like I wish I could fly, and nothing hurts my soul more than knowing that no matter what I do, I can't fly. And I find that really challenging being a human, is that a core part of who I am would be someone who could fly, and I can't. And that's never going to get easy, and I have no advice how to make that easier. I mean, even though I know I can't fly, I love looking out of my balcony. I love seeing the view. I love feeling the feeling of dragon, feeling the feeling of what it would be like to fly. Like when I look at a view like that high up, I get want to get lots of phantom sensations, but also I remember what it was like to fly. So I get to relive that by looking at it. So it kind of makes it better for me when I get to relive it in my mind. Another way to relive flying, like I've said before, is roller coasters, drop towers, skydiving, hang gliding, anything that gives you a sensation of flying is a great way to sort of cheat the human form and get some sort of feeling of flying. Otherwise, the best idea is lucid dreaming, which you should all know I love lucid dreaming and I still do it. Not as frequently, but I still know how to do it and I still do it. But your mind, which I believe is like when you dream, I believe your dreams are connected to your spirit. So in your dream world, you're able to do anything and everything, obviously. And when you're lucid, you can control what you're doing and it feels like it's real life. So when you can't do things in reality, the best way to do it is go, screw reality. I'm going to go be a dragon in my dreams and fly around because I know I can't do that right now as a human. And that's helped me a lot. What else? I would say meditating for the person who said that. It's hard, being constantly shifted as a dragon, like permanently there. Because to me, meditating is a good way to connect to my dragon side and sort of be at peace with it without it being overly in my face during the day. What else? I mean, for me, my husband, obviously, he interacts with the dragon side of me, does things, like interacts with my dragon side, he acknowledges the dragon side. That makes it a lot easier for me. It's having someone who knows it exists and believes it exists and knows how much it means to you and treats it like a real thing. So, because then it makes it more freeing to just be yourself. And you get this sort of connection to dragon and to reality when something is interacting with dragon outside of you. I like that interaction for another person. What else? I don't know if I can think of anything else. I mean, I guess all I can say is I totally understand where you're coming from. It's very difficult being an other Kinetharian when you're in a human world with human body, with human restrictions, human rules. It's never going to get easier. Obviously, it's never going to change. We're not ever going to become our animals. We're not going to be able to physically shift. That would be really cool, but that's never going to happen because reality. But even though it's never going to change, doesn't mean you can't try and make it easier. You can, like I said, lucid dream to get some of your frustrations out of the human body and be able to live out your life the way you'd like to naturally. Doing things that simulate the dragon life or the animal life that you're trying to be. And like I said, with me at work, it's just being mindful of your human body at times when the dragon body is not appropriate. And I know it's frustrating, like to be in a human world being a dragon, but I'm still learning how to solve it and deal with it myself. It's a learning, it's constant learning through it. But yeah, so I hope that answered some of your questions. I know I didn't answer a lot. I know I didn't do a great job, but I'm trying. I'm kind of all over the place. I don't do a script, obviously. I'm just sort of sitting down talking to a computer, my laptop, with the camera right there. Boop. And my mind, I'm trying to slow down my thoughts because I tend to talk very quickly, and I've always done that. So I'm trying to think before I talk, since I go on tangents and I tend to talk very fast. Yeah. But one of the ways, I will say randomly here, that, I mean, I can't, this doesn't work for everybody, but one of the ways that really helps my connection to Dragon and my ability to handle being a human is mental shifting. And I know that not everybody can do that. M shifting is one of the many things that people can do, but not everyone does it. It's sort of a odd one. But having that weekly, bi-weekly, whatever, how often Dragon wants it, like I need that time. Having that half an hour of just being a dragon in a room and letting it sort of just feeds off all the energy I've built up over the weeks, and I feel a lot more at ease with my human form while still feeling my dragon side. It's not banging at the door like dragon, dragon, dragon. You're a dragon. What are you doing as a human? When I am shift, it sort of just like gives me a reprieve so that I can focus on being a human again. But yeah, so hopefully I answered your questions. Once again, I will get to the other question. I know there's another question in the videos. I'll try in the comment of the last video. I will get to that soon. Any other questions, or I didn't answer the question the way you wanted it, let me know. I'm trying my best, but we're all human, right? In some regard. Thank you guys for watching my video, and have a super day.